Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to show you my React environment and how I set up my project. So I'm using VS Code as my editor, and I'm also using Chrome as my browser. I do have an extension installed. It's called React Developer Tools. And what it does, it gives you a better understanding of your components and properties and whatnot. And we are going to take a look at them later on, but it's really helpful. And if you are following this tutorial, I highly recommend installing it. So first thing you need to do is to check if you have Node installed on your system before creating your React project, as React depends on Node.js. So first thing you need to do is to open a terminal. VS Code does have a terminal inside it, so you can just start typing and say node-v, which is going to give you your Node version. So anything above 5.6 is good. And if you don't have Node installed, I do have a link to the Node.js website in my post, so you can check that section. After you're getting your Node version and making sure you're okay, you can start typing npx, which is a package runner, and our package would be create React app. And then I'm going to name my project, which is City Pizzeria for this project. And by the way, before typing npx create, make sure you're in the directory that you want to create your project. So I want my project to be in my C drive, so then I'm going to hit enter. This process is going to take like a few minutes before it completes and create your project for you. So I'm going to mute myself and speed up the video and come back when the project is created. Okay, now that our project is created, if you get this message, happy hacking, it means you're good to go. So next thing we're going to do is we are going to redirect to our project, and we are going to start React Live Server. React comes with a live server, and to run it, you just need to type npm start. So cd to City Pizzeria and npm start to start the live server. Okay, as you can see, I have my live server going in my Chrome, and this is the default page that React comes with. The next thing I'm going to do is open up the project folder and show you the structure of this project. So as you can see, I have the project folder open, and there are a few files that we need to know about here. One is in public folder. It's called index.html. This is the HTML file that our browser is going to see. And the only thing it has, as you can see, it doesn't have much. The only thing it does have is a div with the ID of root. And this is where all our React components is going to be injected. Now, the next file that I'm going to take a look at, it's called index.js. I'm going to explain it in more detail what's going on here, but for now, do know that everything that React does is rendering all your components. For example, in here, app is a component. So this one is a component, and it's rendering inside a div with the ID of root. So if I go back to my index.html, you can see that everything that we do have in our React is going to be injected here. And finally, we do have app.js. As we saw in the index.js here, this is our only component that is being rendered for now. And if I take a look at here, it's a function that's returning a HTML structure to index.js. And I'm going to explain what's going on, and we are going to change this later on. So first thing I'm going to do is to get rid of everything inside my app component. And if I do that, you can see here that I'm getting an error here. That's because a component has to return something. So for example, a div. Now, as you can see, my div is empty and it doesn't show anything. But if I, for example, write hello world, and now it's getting rendered, and as you can see, I'm getting hello world here. it does come with a styling. There is a file here. It's called app.css, and we don't honestly need that, so we can get rid of it. And so I'm going to get rid of these imports as well. So now let's create our own component. So what I'm going to do is create a new folder inside my source folder, and I'm going to name it components. And inside my components, I'm going to create a new file. It's going to be called header.js. And this is where I'm going to create my navigation bar for our project. Now, there are a few ways to create our components. One popular way is to create a function and return our JSX. Another way, which is more popular right now, is to use arrow functions. And to do that, we need to declare a const variable. So const variable, and it's going to be our header. And this would be equal to an arrow function. Now, if you can't recall arrow functions, I do have a section about them in my blog, so you can check that section out. So here we are going to return our JSX just like our root component. But we do need another piece, which is export, default, and our component, which enables our component to be rendered. Now that we do have the structure of our component, we can start creating our elements. So since this would be a navigation bar, I'm going to start by creating a nav element, and inside our nav element, I'm going to create another div, and inside this div, I'm going to create an unordered list, and let's create like three items, and I'm going to call them, for example, home, and the next one I'm going to call it deals, and the last one would be our basket. So, but as you can see, nothing is being rendered in our browser. Now, the reason our header component is not getting rendered and we can see it in our browser, it's because now if you see here, if I go back to our root component, we only still rendering this h1. So what I'm going to do is to get rid of this h1, and I am going to first import our header.js into our app.js. So I'm going to import our header component into our root component, which is just like importing in Java. So as you can see, I am going to get an error here. It's temporary, don't worry. So I'm going to call it header, and it's going to be from components and header. Okay. So what I can do here is I can simply write header inside a tag, and as you can see, I get my unordered list, which is in my header.js, in my header component. So this is how components can be combined together to create more complex interface. Now, there are a few ways to style your components and your elements. One simple way is just to use an inline styling, just like any other HTML code. So you can just say style equal, but you need double curly braces here since you are in a JavaScript file. But inside your double curly braces, you can just use any CSS code. For example, I'm going to change the color to red, and I'm going to save my file, and as you can see, the color of home is changed to red. Now, another way to style your elements is to use a CSS file. So as you can see here, I created a new CSS file called navbar.css, and basically it's just giving divs an 80% body width and a background color. So what I can do here inside my header component, I can import my CSS file. So I can say navbar.css, and if I save it, yeah, the styling get applied to my file. Now, there are other ways to style your components, Bootstrap being one of them, and there are other external libraries that you can use to style your component and elements inside them, but I'm not going to explain them. I'm just going to use Bootstrap for the rest of this project, but do know that there are other ways to style your components.